Good morning. Welcome back. Out for a little ride this morning on the Fire Road once again. And this morning I'd like to talk about modding the CRF 250L and some of the common mods that I've seen on the internet. Some people recommend, some people have done, but these seem to be the common ones. Again, it's not going to be the all-inclusive list of possible mods, because I'm sure there's plenty, and if I don't list it doesn't mean it's not good. If you've done different mods than I'd list, please leave them in the comments so we can discuss and educate each other. If you've done some mods then you find it helpful, useful, beneficial, that knowledge can help other people. So let's get started. So this is just my research. There's no order here of popular to non-popular or important to non-important. This is just a random list of me blabbling. So some of the common mods. One of the most common mods that I've seen is the changing of the front sprocket. Most likely lowering it from the 14 to the 13 tooth OEM. 14 tooth is the OEM. So if you lower it, you get a lower speed. So it's better for crawling through the woods and doing trail riding. And if you're driving on the street, it gives you a little bit better pickup for acceleration. That seems to be the commonest? I don't even know if that's the word. The most common mod done. And it's also one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest mod you can do to your bike. I've not done it yet. I'm not doing any of these mods yet until the winter, where we can't ride, so I muzzle wrench in Nova Scotia. The only caveat with that is you got to be careful that you get a good sprocket, because you don't want to wreck your transmission or the spline that's connected to your transmission, because that's not an easy thing to fix, not a cheap thing to fix. Other common mods is, I'm just going to put in a general protection category, and that would be stuff like the skid guard, radiator guards, and I'm just going to call it handle guards or brush protectors. I love to do the skid plate and the radiator guards, but they're crazy expensive. Like $300 for a skid plate, $100 and something for a piece of aluminum for your radiator with some holes drilled into it. Like crazy. The one I will guarantee be doing is the handlebar brush protectors. I've pretty much decided which brand I'm going with. I'm just waiting for the fall, winter to do them. And I think they're going to be really good. I've been in some trails that I could have used them already. Other common mod is, I'm just going to call it Stage 1 mod, and in total it comprises of airbox modding, opening the airbox to breathe, changing the exhaust, either full exhaust or just the muffler slip-on, and adding a EKG, I think it's called, or EJK. It's a little computer to control the jetting of the electronic fuel injector. So letting basically you're pushing more air through the bike. So more air, it's going to burn more gas, and it's going to go faster. It's going to have more power. And that kit in general, from what I've seen, you're looking at easily close to $1,000, if not more. I'm not really sold on that for myself yet. I probably will look at just doing the airbox, letting the airbox breathe a little bit more, and hopefully I won't need the EKG, but I don't know, and I have to probably do more research. If you know, leave that comment below. Help us, help me know what's possible with letting the bike breathe a little bit better. Because I'd like to do the airbox mod. It's a cheap, easy mod. Other mod that seems to be somewhat popular is changing the rear tailgate assembly. I'm just going to call it rear tailgate assembly. That's the brake light slash fender slash license plate holder. The OEM is dog ugly, like ugly. No offense to dogs, but it is ugly. And I have no clue who designs that type of stuff, because they're not riders, apparently. So that's a common thing people change out just to make the bike look better, and it does really make the bike look better. There's aftermarket ones, and there are DIY, do-it-yourself mods that people do to that assembly. I'd like to do it, but that can get expensive. That's a $300-400 mod in Canada. And all my prices are in Canadian. Sorry I didn't specify that earlier, and that really makes a big difference on what I will do, because it gets expensive with the exchange rate. People in the US have a lot more options. Other mods that some people, I wouldn't say it's super common or popular, but people have done them, or suspension, and that's something I would like to do, and that's kind of on my list. I just don't know when or if I'll do it. Is a suspension upgrades, and for me it's really the rear suspension. I really don't like the rear suspension. I've adjusted the adjustment as much as it can go, but it's not happy with it. The rear suspension I'm not as concerned, I guess, and that's a little bit more difficult to do. You actually need to take it off and send it away. So I'll probably be looking at the rear, and I may just look at starting out with just a spring replacement instead of the whole shock spring assembly. But that's a $1,000 mod, and it's on my list, but it's not high on my list. Another one I'd like to do, and this is more of a personal thing, I guess, is put a little rack on the back, a rear fender rack, I guess. And just so I can carry stuff with me if I go to the store, pick up a can of soup or something, don't need a backpack. I can just strap it to the back. That is on my list, and I will probably do that this winter. I've already picked out the one I want, so it's just a matter of biting the bullet and ordering it. And there's, plenty of other mods that you can do, new handlebars, new handle grips, mirrors, and I'll replace the mirrors when I replace the, replace the brush, or add the brush protectors. I'll be putting integrated mirrors on with it. You can change the rear sprocket gearing. You can, remove stuff for weight. That's all I can think of. I know there's plenty other mods out there. Like as I said earlier, if there's mods that you've done and I've not listed them, list it below so we can educate each other. And what you've done may be beneficial for someone else that hasn't thought about it, like myself. So it's Wade. With as little discussions, I'm going to close it out here. So thanks for watching and listening, and enjoy the rest of your day. Alrighty, later.